Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. This scenario is The Devil's Cave. It was written by Tyler Hudak, who is also our game master. This is episode 3. Our recap will be given by Kent Blue as his character, Justin Price. Before we begin, I want to remind our listeners that this August, a group of our players and GMs, including myself, will be celebrating H.P. Lovecraft's 132nd birthday in Providence, Rhode Island at this year's Necronomicon. We will be there for the convention. It's going to be a blast. If you see us, come up and say hello. We love meeting our fans. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Kent?
Thanks, Tom. All right. Well, this has not turned out to be quite the vacation I expected. I signed on to this expedition with Professor Boston to pad the portfolio a little bit and really enjoy some time on a beach. Turns out this place is in the middle of the jungle, far from any beach. But hey, at least Pete and I are going to get some nice photos of this cave and this little village where we are staying. Hopefully good enough to secure us that grant for a tour in Africa next year. Last night we had dinner at the mayor's house, which was fine, except the sheriff came in and had a big outburst, hot-headed insistence we stay out of this devil's cave. All the table talk of how dangerous the jungle and this cave are really put a damper on my mood. That, it seems the mayor, I don't know, he seems a little suspect or suspicious about something going on in his house. I don't know. But night was falling and drinks were calling, so we left the property and headed back to the hotel for the night. We did a quick check to make sure the camera equipment was secure and Mark hadn't slipped into the hereafter while we were gone. He was all good, had dinner already, and was going to go to sleep on his concussion. Most of us headed down to the bar where Pete showed off his mixology skills and mixed us up some drinks, mostly tequila for everyone. We talked a little, had some differing opinions on whether Mark's decision to stay at the hotel the next day was the right thing since he traveled all this way, but it was a good time had, and after a couple drinks, we all headed back up to get some sleep. I slept fine. I think Pete slept fine, but it turns out Leo was telling us something about some prank calls he got during the night. His first thought that it was me and Pete messing around with him. I'm not sure why, but yeah, that was his thought. But I assured him that was nonsense. We slept through the night. I think I overheard Chris and Chad talking about something strange they found in the rock samples from the cave. I don't know what they were talking about, but I did keep hearing the word alien thrown around quite a bit while they were talking about the rocks and the snot stuff from the cave. Chad, I don't know, maybe had too much to drink, also thought he saw a couple weird, gigantic bats flying around the hotel. I really don't think these guys can hold their tequila. After a light breakfast, we finally headed back to the cave. Mark, as he had planned, stayed outside to keep watch in case the sheriff decided to show up after his veiled threats to keep people away from the cave the night before. So we left him there, suited up, got our rebreathers on, and headed in. We looked at our gauges to make sure everything was secure and made our way deeper into the cave. Just looking at the gauges, I could tell the air in here was so toxic that given exposure to it for more than a couple of minutes would probably drop me dead. Here's hoping the suit and rebreather hold up. I already had to replace a strap on my camera because some of that snot shit dripped from the ceiling onto it and started eating through it. Luckily, Pete was able to take care of that and save the strap for the most part. We continued to follow the stream, the very white stream we had found the day before, and eventually came to what has been one of the most fascinating finds yet. It was in a room where this persistent buzzing we've been hearing the whole time was as loud as it had been. But there's this big, black, smooth wall. Smooth except for some strange inscriptions. Pete and I have been around the world, and we didn't even recognize what these inscriptions were. Pete lit the place up as well as he could. I snapped photos from a few dozen photos from every good angle I could find. I don't know. I'm kind of with Pete. I think it's a secret door hiding some sort of drugged in that the sheriff is running, and maybe the mayor's in on it too. Chris tried to test the wall, but couldn't even scratch the surface. Had nothing in his kit that was strong enough to even put a scratch on the surface. So I don't know. Everybody started talking about possible aliens and stuff again. But oddly enough, there were more of those hoofprint tracks leading up to the wall, and then one was halfway through it as if someone or something had walked through the wall. After a while, we couldn't find a way through the wall or how to make it move, so we carried on our venture deeper into the cave. We headed to a room to the south. We followed along the stream to where it opened up on a bigger pool of water that seemed to be the source of the stream. And there was some sort of bioluminescent material. And in the middle of the pool, there was this, it looked like a floating mass of the snot stuff. I'm not sure. But we turned off the lights and I don't know. I tried to capture it on camera because no one's going to believe me when I say, but this thing had eyes and teeth when we turned our lights off. I mean, like, I wasn't the only one who saw it. Everybody else saw it. It was pretty messed up. So we were pretty freaked out and turned our lights on. And I just happened to catch out of the corner of my eye that Diana seemed to be choking on something. And then she just dropped to the ground. We all hurried over to her and checked her rebreather, which was definitely damaged. I don't know if it happened before or during the fall, but Pete scooped her up and Chris was graciously shared his rebreather with her to keep her alive as we made our way out of the cave. Unfortunately, Pete slipped on something and dipped his leg straight into that stream. He had to take his pants off and wash his legs off, so he made the rest of the journey out pantless, which I'm just glad his legs aren't burnt. But we eventually made our way out, got Diana breathing clean air, got her ready to go into town, but we saw that Mark was not where we had left him. His laptop was there and busted up. And Chad looked around and found some blood that leading out into the jungle. And Pete and I saw some more of those weird hoof print tracks. So Chad and I stepped into the jungle and looked, and we followed the trail, which abruptly ended. And we looked up, and looks like a piece of denim hanging off that tree there.
That's where we pick up. You are all standing outside the cave. Justin and Paul and whoever else was walking and looking into the woods, and you only got a couple feet into the woods, maybe 10 feet, 15 feet at most. You can still kind of see the entrance to the cave and where the trail is from where you're at. And so everybody who's out there with Diana, you can while it's dark in there, you can still kind of make them out. And it's about... Looking at your watches, it's early afternoon. You had headed over early, but with everything that happened, you were in there for a while. The sun is beating down on you. It's very hot, and this is where we pick up.
We need to get Diane back to the hotel, possibly the hospital.
I hope we can catch a bus at this time of day. It'd be really bad if we can't take her out till tomorrow.
What you guys find in the woods? Anything?
You want to tell him, Justin?
I mean, we followed the tracks for a few feet and they just ended. So we looked around and I looked up, and I mean, it looks like a part of Mark's pants are stuck up in the tree.
The trail
sounds like a jaguar.
It just suddenly ended. And then the thing is that would have been like really, really like it's the top of the tree where we saw it.
Yeah, and I think there'd be like claw marks in the tree. I mean, if especially this jaguar dragging up a heavy man or, full-grown man.
And remember, you did see the kind of like cloven footprints next to his where he was in the ground.
Well, I'll yell a few times. Mark!
Chad, how big did you say those bat creatures were? Again,
if I were to guess, they look like they had I don't know, at least like the wingspan of like a bald eagle or something, or an albatross, but they looked like the body was way too big for that.
Are we seriously considering man-eating bats?
I don't know at this point, but considering we found indestructible rock and slime with bubbling eyes, I mean, I don't know. Do we have a better explanation for Mark, who might just be we might just never see him again?
It's still, I mean, most likely here it's going to be a jaguar. Jaguars will kill an animal and drag it up in a tree. I mean, maybe the thing just blew up into the top of the tree after that.
What if some drug cartel came along and grabbed him and, for whatever reason, they threw his clothes off and
it
just...
doesn't make any sense.
Would we? We were in that cave, so it's possible that a helicopter came by. But if we want to consider that line of inquiry, I don't know. I don't think they'd have a helicopter all the way out here.
I don't know why they would bother.
Yeah, and
come
there's
after us.
Looking around in the clearing area where you're at, there's definitely not enough room to land a helicopter. I'll even tell you, you would expect to see like debris all over the place from the rotors and that, and everything looks outside of what we've already described. Everything looks pretty much the same as when you went in. And
the blood was pretty fresh, right?
Yeah, it was still wet. It was probably tacky just due to the heat and all of that, but it was very fresh.
Yeah. So whatever happened to him didn't happen that long ago.
Yeah. I'll yell a few times. I'll yell a few times. Mark, if you're out there, just say something. Make some noise.
You don't hear anything.
We either need to. Yeah, we got to move.
We got to get her treated. We'll save the deliberations for the bus.
All right. So you start to head out. Who's carrying Diana? She's still unconscious.
I've now got a bunch of camera equipment.
I'll carry her.
I can grab a shoulder.
I think it was Chris and Leo before who were carrying her.
Yeah, we were sharing it.
Okay.
Is she unconscious?
Yes.
Can we give her some water and see if we can get her to come back to consciousness? Then we can just steady her to walk out.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a
first aid.
Yeah, give me a first aid roll.
While Pete's doing that, I just grab one of the cameras and I'm just getting pictures of, the tracks, the blood, just the down.
I got 48 out of 30. So
okay.
I'm not very good.
Yeah, I mean, you start, giving her some water, and it looks like she swallows a little bit. She does wake up for maybe like 5 or 10 seconds, but she's like extremely out of it, and then just passes out again.
Okay.
Justin, does your camera? Do you have a way to set it up to automatically take a picture? Because I would love it if something flew overhead that we could get some kind of alarm. I'd like to discount the giant bat theory, but after what we saw in the cave, it's
like a trail camera type thing.
Yeah,
it's not a bad idea, Justin. We could set up one of their cheaper cameras.
Yeah, it was gotta be a cheaper camera.
Make an automatic, maybe the Nikon.
Yeah, we could set it up, take a picture every, so many minutes.
Yeah, I'll say that you can do that. You're not going to get like it emailed to you or texted or anything like that. There's no signal out here at all. So you'll have to physically come back and check it. But yeah, you can do that. How are you going to set up the camera?
I'll set it up. I'll get one of the tripods, one of the older tripods that's
okay.
And I'll set it up kind of in a bush so that the tripod keeps it steady and it faces at the cave's entrance, but close, kind of close to the ground so that it gets the sky above the cave and the cave entrance.
Okay.
And we'll set it for, a picture every 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you do that, no issues there. You're able to get it set up exactly how you want it.
Every 1 minute instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you start heading back. You go down the trail. It's slow going with you having to carry Diana. As you go through, you finally make it to the edge of the road. Remember, you can really go one of two ways here. You can either go back to town, or you could go the opposite direction towards the mayor's house if you wanted to. You do recall that other than the sheriff, he was the only one who had a car.
Yeah, I was going to say the mayor's house is close, right?
Yeah, it's you're about equidistant between the two, but it's going to take you just as long to get to his house as it would to back to the hotel in the town and all of that.
I mean, his house is probably going to be more comfortable, probably maybe better air conditioned,
He might have a better telephone line.
Yeah.
Well, we know he has the internet at least, and we can send a call out for help because I don't think we should trust him.
Plus,
he was acting real sketchy the other night. I don't know.
Last time we saw the sheriff's place, wasn't his car gone? So I think it's just entirely like we just need to go to the mayor.
Yeah.
All right. So you start heading in that direction. It takes you a few minutes to get there. Again, you're going as fast as you can, but Diana is definitely slowing you down. You turn up to the driveway to his house. If you recall, the driveway is fairly long and it has a little curve, so you can't quite see his house from the road. But once you get up there, you kind of turn the curve, heading towards the house, and he's not there. As you get closer, you see that the car has. Actually, no. I'm sorry. You do see the car. I was thinking of the sheriff again.
Okay.
You do see the car as you start to get closer. Remember, it's like an SUV. Fairly nice.
As soon as we are like coming on the property, I'm carrying a bunch of junk, but I'll try to move forward quickly and knock on his door as they're bringing her up.
You knock on the door, but there is no answer. Everybody give me a spot hidden, though.
93. I'm looking at the door.
29, hard success.
Okay.
Success.
46 under 50 success.
All right, so you all got for those who got successes. If you recall, the last time you were here, it was starting to become dusk. So you didn't see a lot. There were a lot of shadows. You do notice that in the corner of the house is a security camera, just like one that you'd buy off of Amazon or something like that. Nothing like high grade, but there is a security camera there. Pete, you're banging on the door, kind of yelling for the mayor. There is no answer.
I'm going to try the door. Maybe he doesn't lock his door.
The front door is locked.
I'm gonna head around back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just try to look in windows and hit the back door.
Okay.
Even if we break in, I'm sure he'll understand.
I'm going to check my phone to see if I've got a Wi-Fi signal.
You do have a Wi-Fi signal from his Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Right. And can I use Wi-Fi to make a call?
Sure.
I guess the only number I have is a hotel, luckily, but maybe they'll know how to connect this to somebody.
Okay. All right. So you start calling them. Justin and Pete, you start head around to the back. You get to the back, and it looks like the mayor had cleaned up from the previous night. So it's nice and clean. The table's still out there. There's still a couple decorations, but you get to the back patio, and it's a sliding patio door. That is not locked. That is open.
Let's bring her inside. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's bring her inside and lay her on the couch.
So you bring her inside, lay her on the couch. I assume you're gonna unlock the front door.
Right up there and unlock it while he's laying her down.
Okay. By the time this happens, Chris, you dialed the hotel and it's ringing and ringing and ringing. Nobody is picking up. You're on mute, Chris.
Nobody's answering at the hotel. Any ideas for who else we can call?
One of us can run over there.
Well, can you get a connection to, what we saw in the cave? We got to tell somebody about it. So,
can upload our
even
data.
if it's just right, just get something out there.
That's fine, but I'm worried about her.
Of course,
she's time sensitive. The cave isn't.
Just like Google emergency services, in this area.
If we've got cell phone service, can't we just dial 911? I don't know what kind of response we'll get, but it's worth a shot, right?
Does that work in Mexico?
999 who knows? Google 911 Mexico.
Okay. So that's that'll take you.
I'm gonna go in the bathroom and start rinsing my face off because I got some chemical burns. These guys work that out?
I'll do the same.
All right. So if you recall, the bathroom is the mayor's house. There, where you're at, is kind of like the joined living room, kitchen that leads to where the front door is, and it leads to the back patio. There's a hallway that goes down. The first door on the left is the bathroom, and there are two other doors. There's one on the right-hand side of the hallway, and then there's one at the far end. You both go into the bathroom and start kind of washing yourself up.
You probably need the shower, right, Pete? I'll use the sink.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm heading down that hallway just because, Pete's got that going on. So I'm just.
Hey, somebody look for the car keys.
Yeah. I'll look around.
Where are you going to look?
My gut says at first look around the living room.
Okay. Give me a spot hidden. As he's doing that, Chris, you are able to find where the what the emergency services number is for where you're.
It is 911 in Mexico.
Is it okay? All right. So you find it. It's 911. So if you'd like to call that, you can.
Yeah, you bet.
So Pete's
Does
in the
he have a
bathroom.
landline?
Who's with him?
Does he have a landline?
He does not. Not that you see.
Okay.
Chris is with me, I think. He's washing his arms. I'm washing my
All right,
legs.
so
I'm in that hallway.
Okay. Chad, you're in the living room. Leo, what are you doing while they're doing all of this?
He's, I think, keeping tabs on Diana a little bit. He's got a pretty decent first aid, so he's doing that. But when he's getting a spare chance, he's basically typing up an email to the university about like what we saw in the cave, what happened.
Okay.
Not necessarily detailed, but enough to sound like a lunatic.
Okay. Chad, did you make your spot hidden?
No, I failed, but
Okay.
I have an idea for a push.
Okay.
In the process, if I fail this next roll, I don't notice my phone fall out of my pocket and I step on it.
Okay. I think that's fair. Go ahead.
Nope. I failed by 9 points.
So what happens is you for whatever you look around the living room, you just can't find like keys or anything hanging up, and for whatever reason you think, well, maybe he dropped them and they got underneath the couch, and so you like lean over, look under the couch, realize how stupid of an idea that is. But as you're getting up, that's when you don't realize that your phone fell out of your pocket. You take a step back and you hear crunch. You look down, the screen is just spider web shattered, almost unusable. Justin, as you're going back, you're going down the hallway. You pass the bathroom where they're at. You can see them in there. Chris, I'm going to say it's going to take you a couple minutes to wash up before you call, if that's okay. You go a little bit farther. There's the door on the right, and then there's the door at the end of the hallway. Both are closed.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of meandering a little bit because Pete's my pal. I want to make sure he's okay, through all this. But kind of idle hands. I just like standing there waiting for him to wash off. I just kind of grab I'm just going to peek in the right room if I can. Okay.
So you open it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you go to open it, I should say, and you find that the door is locked. Okay. What's unusual about that is it's an inside door, but it actually has like a key lock in it. And it's looking at it, give me an idea roll.
Okay. It's definitely odd. That is 42, which is a regular success.
Okay. So yeah, it's odd. Not only that is a key lock in the house. It's actually a really good lock. Like it's a very expensive, heavy duty lock. Not something that you would expect to even, see on, something outside of, I don't know, like a building that needs protected or something like that.
Yeah. And then there's a door behind me.
There's a door at the end of the hallway. Yes.
Okay. Well, I walk up and look at it, just see if it has kind of the same thing going on.
You open that door. It opens up into the mayor's bedroom. Within there, it's actually a rather large bedroom. It looks like he probably doubles this as his bedroom and office because there's a bed, there's a dresser. You see what looks like the entrance to a closet. But then you also see a desk with a computer on it.
I'm snooping.
Okay. Go ahead and roll spot hidden.
Okay.
Chris, by this time, you have started to, you've washed up. You start dialing 911, and the other end, somebody picks up. I'm not going to do an accent or anything like that because I'll probably, offend somebody if I do. But somebody picks up and says, "Hello, can I help you?"
And Chris speaks Spanish as well at 40. So
okay, perfect.
We can just assume the conversation's in Spanish.
Yep.
We've had a medical emergency at the name of the cave. One of our party has gotten rather severe chemical burns, and we need assistance.
Okay. Well, we can send somebody out to you. Where are you located at? Where are you at right now?
We're at the mayor's house in whatever town we're in.
Okay.
The town.
The Villa Luz is the name of
Villa Luz, right?
You can hear her talking kind of in the background, muffled. She says, "Well, I don't know who is." She says, "We don't have anybody out there. We've put out a call. There should be somebody coming to where you're at. What? So you said you're at the mayor's house,
right?
Okay. Yes. I think the sheriff knows where that is. We're going to try to contact him and get him out there. He's going to be the fastest one to get out there to you."
Sure, but we need like a medical evacuation, a helicopter, or we need to get her to a hospital as quickly as we can.
All right. She says, once that arrives, or once he arrives, he'll be able to call that in. We'll start getting everything ready, but it's not something that we can do right away. She says the closest helicopter that can evac somebody for medical purposes is an hour away. So is she in? Is the person in danger of dying? Is it critical? Describe.
She's stable now, but they're acid burns, so there's no way of knowing what's happening to her lungs. She could stop breathing at any time.
Okay, she says, "All right, well, hold on one second." And she said, "I'm going to go." She basically tells you that she's going to go, find some ways that you can help her. And so she puts you on hold for a second. Justin, what did you make your roll?
I did 56 out of 60.
Awesome. While he's doing this, Leo, you're still in there with Diana, just kind of watching her and typing up your email. All right, cool.
Yep. Wiping, towel, face.
And I'm going to head into that room because Leo probably knows medicine more than I do. So if somebody comes on the line, I'll interpret and tell him what to do.
All right. And Chad, what about you?
I don't know. I'm actually kind of paranoid, so I'm kind of like going around the perimeter of a house and just like glancing out the windows, glancing outside because I'm jittery at this point.
And I'm cleaned up.
Yeah. So Pete, you're cleaned up. Where would you like to start heading to?
Turned on the light, so he would see a light on.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go find. I'm gonna go find Justin.
Okay. So you saw where he went, so you start heading towards the back. Yeah. Justin, as all of this is going on, as Chris is on the phone and Chad is walking around, looking out and things like that. You start looking around the mayor's bedroom. The first place you go, I would think, would be the desk. When you get there, you see that the computer is on, and it's a kind of like a normal desk. It has a couple of drawers. So with your spot hidden, let me ask you: would you rather look at the computer or look within the desk? Do you think you would? Which one do you think you would look at?
I would probably. Pete probably handles like all the computer stuff for us, like dropping pictures. So I'd look in the desk. I don't know jack about computers.
So you look in the desk. The first drawer that you look in, it's just pencils, paper, nothing out of the ordinary. You open the next drawer though, and you pull it out, and it looks it's a bigger drawer, so it has like a bunch of file folders in it. But you notice something odd when you pull it out. It doesn't go out all the way. It only goes out about maybe 2/3 of the way and then stops, almost like there's something preventing it from going out farther.
Yeah, I've dealt with like a spoon in a kitchen drawer gets up and stops it from opening. So I'm like reaching up under there and trying to see if anything's stopping it, from opening.
And Pete, as he's doing this is about the time where you walk in. You Justin, you kind of feel there's like a little latch that was preventing it from moving out farther, and you can kind of like move the latch a little bit, and as you do, the door or the drawer goes out all the way. It looks like there was a false panel in the back, and behind that false panel is a wooden box, probably about maybe 6 inches by 4 inches and about another 4 inches tall.
Might have some paraphernalia here, Pete. I'll pull that box out if it comes out.
Yeah. It comes out.
Set it down on the desk.
You set it down. It's one of those that has it has like a little latch on it. There's not a lock, and it kind of swivels up if you want to open it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So you undo the latch, open it up, and Pete, you see this too because you're standing right next to him. There is a like cube. This like is about the size of a Rubik's cube, but it's kind of glowing in these. It's kind of like this translucent white, and it glows in various different colors. It kind of shifts around. It goes from like a red and pinkish to green and blue. And it's not like super bright, but it's definitely not anything that you've seen before. Chris, back to you. The 911 operator gets back on the phone and says, all right, well, if she's had acid burns, you need to apply something like a base to it to slow it down. And she starts saying, if you can find something like baking soda or baking powder or something like that, that will allow you to kind of slow down the burns. Would you have it on like speakerphone so Leo can hear this as well?
Yeah, but I don't know if he understands Spanish.
Yeah, I have enough that I can probably get the basics.
Yeah, I'll go into the kitchen and start looking for it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you start going into the kitchen, start looking around. You'll find something that's going to take you a little bit. And she basically tells you to make a paste of this in order to and put it like on where the burns are, and that's going to at least help a little bit until medical assistance can arrive. Pete, that is exactly what it looks like with what you find.
I hand it over to Pete. I'm like, what the hell is this, man?
So as soon as you pick it up, it stops glowing.
Give it to Pete.
Chad, you're looking around the. Am I muted?
No, Pete.
Oh, Tom is muted.
Dude, it's just a paperweight.
It kind of has that feel. It looks like it should be really light, but it's very heavy. That's kind of off-putting about it, other than the fact that as soon as Justin touched it, it stopped glowing. Chad, you're kind of looking around. You get you're not really seeing anything, so you start making your way down the hallway, kind of looking out there. As you pass the other door that I described that was locked, give me a spot hidden roll.
Oh, no, that's a fail.
Okay. So you pass it with no issues. Do you want to head back to where Justin and Pete are? Do you want to kind of go back and start looking around again, or whatever you'd like to do?
I'm just going to go around to the back of the house and look out the windows into the backyard real quick.
Okay. So you're like looking at the patio doors? So you get there, you look out into the patio doors, and if you recall, at the back of the house, at the back of the backyard, there was that like pathway into the jungle, and it's daylight out, but you still can't see into the jungle. It's a good 100 yards away, so you can't see in it. And as you're kind of scanning the backyard, you see the mayor come out, and he takes a step out of the jungle path, and he's just kind of standing there staring at you.
Hello, sir. We've got an emergency inside. Please come quick. You weren't here, but we had to take her in. She's in serious medical trouble.
So I assume you open the door to.
Yeah, I'm opening the door.
Out.
I mean, like if he sees me, he's looking at me, I'll, like I said, I'm going to open the door, and I'm just going to go out there, I'm yelling that to make sure, the distance, and I'm not running towards him, but I'm slowly approaching.
Okay. He starts walking towards you, and an almost very purposeful walk. He's not running or anything like that. He doesn't seem to be in very much of a hurry, but he's just kind of walking towards you. Pete and Justin, you've got the little paperweight, and you can hear Chad yelling out. In fact, Leo and Chris, as you finally got this paste and start putting it on to Diana, you can hear him yelling as well.
I've been opening other drawers if they're already in, looking for what could be a key to that other room. That's the same,
Oh, I saw that weird lock, huh?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, you don't see anything like a key to there. You suspect that the key is probably on his the car keys as well.
I mean, that thing was glowing before I touched it. Did you see that it was glowing before I touched it?
Yeah, it did look like it was glowing. I don't know what it's doing now. It's just
set it down real quick.
Kind of pretty. I set it down.
It is still not glowing.
I tried different sides. I tried tapping it. Or maybe it's electronic.
Yeah. You're playing around with it. Nothing seems to do anything. And also, it's completely smooth and flat. You don't see any buttons on it. You don't see any place where you would put batteries into it. And in fact, it's fairly clear. It's almost like a frosty appearance, but you don't see anywhere where you would add in a battery or plug it in to charge it or anything like that.
It's really heavy, like lead crystal or something,
Yeah.
Well, I closed the box and I put the box back in the drawer when I hear Chad yelling.
There's a computer. I'm gonna see if I can get into his computer.
Yeah, it's you kind of jiggle the mouse and it was not password protected.
Okay.
Looking on the home screen, you see what you would expect, browser, email, client, things like that. You also notice that there is the program for the security cameras.
Okay. My first interest though is I'm going to see if I can log on to our upload page, our web upload page, and transfer all the stuff from the memsticks to our.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you can. It'll take a little while to do.
I go stand at the door.
Okay.
Get it started.
So, Chad, you said you were going out to meet the mayor, or were you just waiting for him to?
I'm getting at the edge of the patio, and then from there I'm just going on about once again, I'm really sorry that we just came through, but we went to town and we couldn't find the sheriff, and we just want to get her somewhere safe. I'll make sure to reimburse you for any kind of trouble, but please come with me. And I'm upon saying that, and he's getting closer, I'm leading him towards where Leo and Chris are with her.
Okay. You hear, I'm sorry, he continues on the way, again, just moving at this not super fast pace, but a consistent speed. And the closer he gets to you, you can see that he has a very, fixed expression on his face. He's not really showing any emotion. He's just has this almost blank expression. So he kind of gets up that, and about the time that he gets towards you, or pretty close to you, at the edge of the patio, all of you can hear in the distance a police siren. Chad, are you going to lead him in? What are you?
When he gets closer, also I'm internally a little bit creeped out that he doesn't seem to be reacting very much. I'm
Yeah,
like when
it
he's
is
like
disconcerting.
like I mean he's close to me like 10 feet away. That's when I'm going inside and slowly walking. I'm leading him while just profusely apologizing and trying to explain what's going on.
Okay. He just continue as you're doing that. He just continues moving, steps into the living room. Chris and Leo, you've kind of finished up by this point. It does seem to have helped. The mayor just kind of looks at Diana and then looks at the two of you and takes a step forward and looks down the hallway, and he sees you standing at the edge of the doorway. Pete, you're kind of hidden back, so he can't see you. And he just kind of looks at each one of you, not saying anything. He's still wearing his suit, by the way, as well. So,
Mr. Juarez, you feeling okay?
Hey, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Juarez, we called 911 trying to get help for the professor. They said they're sending the sheriff over. I guess we can hear the siren now. Do you know anybody that has a helicopter or something we could get her to the hospital?
He says, no, I don't, but help is on the way. And when he's saying this, you've heard him talk before. He's saying this almost completely monotone.
And then to explain my situation, like my friend wasn't feeling well, so he had to take a lay down on your bed because she's on the couch.
He just kind of he looks at you, and he's just kind of looking at each of you as you're saying this. So as this is going on, you can hear the sirens getting closer, and you can actually hear the sound of probably the sheriff's SUV coming up the driveway.
Thank God, helps here.
The mayor just looks up and says, "Yes, help is on the way." Pete, what are you doing? You're at this point you're uploading all of the files. It's you're slow.
I've kind of got a perverse personality, so I'm doing a quick look through his browser. I mean, not his browser, but his file structure, see if he's got any porn and or other. I still have the theory that he's got a slave, bunch of slaves that he has do all of his housework for him.
You don't find anything like that. Looking through his documents and that, the best that you can tell, it's all government documents. His browser history is fairly clean. There's nothing, almost too clean. He probably goes to like a couple of news sites, and that's it.
Must be a good Catholic boy. Is there anything weird? Any files that are labeled GGM11329664D?
Not that you can find, but go ahead and give me a computer use roll.
Okay. I got a 14 out of 50.
All right.
That
so
is a
as this
hard.
is going on, and you're doing this as the siren is coming up and as the SUV is coming up the driveway. Again, you're going through his documents, you're going through his web browser. There's really nothing there. You do open up the security camera, and it's kind of shows you a timeline of the different times that footage was captured. So it looks like it's not a constant camera, it's triggered by motion.
Right.
And so you see you all coming up there, and then you see the time frame from yesterday where you all had come to the mayor's house. You do notice though that you all had left. I think you all had left about 10 o'clock or so, 10:30. There is a movie at about 45 minutes after that.
Okay. Yes.
All right, so you play it. At first, you don't really see anything. It is of the mayor's front porch. There is no movement, and then all of a sudden, you see from the way the camera's positioned, it can see pretty much the entire front driveway and porch of the house. You see the door open, and the mayor steps out. He takes a couple steps forward. And you can see the area around him is illuminated with some lights. It's kind of black and white footage because it was at night, so you're not getting full colors. But you can see something is illuminating the area around him, almost as if somebody was like standing in front of him and putting like a flashlight on him. But there's nothing there. You don't see anything there. And then
Justin.
you can go over, or you can like swivel the monitor so that he could see it as well.
Yeah.
You see him standing there for maybe like 10 seconds or so, and then he starts walking towards his SUV, opens up the back, and you can see him pull out what looks like a body. Both of you give me sanity checks.
Shit, man.
Fail.
Also fail.
All right, so 2 points if you failed. He starts pulling out what looks like that body, and it basically the feet drop off the back of his SUV. He starts dragging it, and you definitely recognize that it is a body. And in fact, you both recognize that it is, as it goes closer to the camera going into the house, you can kind of see the face, and it looks like the tourist that has gone missing a few weeks ago that you recognize his picture from the paper. As this happens, the mayor again is just standing there. The front door opens up, and the sheriff comes storming in. He's like, "What the hell is going on here? I just got a call from emergency services. What?" He looks down and sees Diana. He looks over and sees the mayor just standing there, and all of you, some of you in kind of tatters, from the acid and that. It's like, what the hell is going on?
She got hurt real bad in the cave, and we need to get her out of here. She's in some serious trouble, and so we called services. We just need to get her out.
I'm grabbing Justin, and I'm getting in the closet and pulling him in after me and closing the door. Something's fucked up. Something's fucked up.
He fucking killed somebody, and he was glowing. Was he glowing?
I know my lighting.
Like he was illuminated.
Yeah, I mean, I know my lighting, and I didn't see any light source.
Yeah, and you both would have, that's exactly it. You both know that this wasn't ambient lighting. This wasn't like he was glowing. This was like something was shining stuff right on him, but the source of the light was not there. You just did not see it on the film.
Let's stay in here until they go. And then...
All right, so you both go into the into the closet. The three of you that are out there, Chad, Leo, and Chris. The mayor, goes over, starts looking at Diana. What are you doing as he's doing this? He's kind of checking her out. I'm
more focused on the sheriff at the moment. I'm saying, like, honestly, with the curse and everything, you're saying, you know what, this area, it is really dangerous. I think we're just gonna get her to the hospital, and I don't think we're gonna come back. I think we've got what we needed, sir. Yep, you were right. We're sorry. All
right, Leo and Chris. Chad is just going off on all of this.
Chad's got the sheriff covered, and Leo would like to keep an eye on the mayor, and he's really been weirded out by this, so he's looking kind of like to a vase or a particularly hefty looking picture frame that he could get a hold of.
Okay,
just holding.
We're all connected on the Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I open up Messenger. I message Leo, Mayor, Capta dude. and send it.
Don't tell him we're in the closet.
Don't tell him we're in the closet.
That's the follow-up message a second later.
I already talked to him, but maybe he forgot. He seems spaced out.
Erase this message now.
I sent that message. LOL. As a separate message. Send that message.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, maybe we should head outside for a second for reasons.
He says, I think that's a great idea. Sheriff, can I talk to you for a second? And he turns and starts heading towards the back porch.
Sheriff, wait, I've got emergency services on the line. Just tell them we need a helicopter.
You go back to speak to them, and the line is, not cut, but it dropped, I guess would be a better
I had emergency services. I tried to dial 911 again.
You try to dial it again, and actually all of you who are using your phones, any connection you try to make times out. It's almost like the internet connection is gone. The mayor starts walking out to the back. The sheriff is kind of, he's still kind of confused of what's going on, and so he kind of starts to head towards the back porch with him. Leo, were you going with him? With them?
No, if they're just walking off, he's looking to Chad and Chris. Chris, I think we got to get out of here. Did you find the keys?
What do you mean get out of here?
We
got to get her out of here.
The mayor's talking like an insane person, and the guys, I don't see them anymore, but the guys are telling me the mayor capped a guy.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna go outside. Maybe the
I would
let this car running.
Yeah, I would show you the message, Chris, but I had to delete it.
So Chad, as you start to head towards the front, by this point, the sheriff and the mayor are on the back porch. The back porch door is open. So you can't quite hear what they're saying. The mayor's back is to you. The sheriff is looking at you, and you can tell, while he's trying to speak in hushed tones, he is, red faced. Justin and Pete, you're obviously not seeing this. You're not hearing it as well. Just let me know when you decide to leave the bedroom. Chad,
I think that we're in incredible danger. So I tell Justin, let's hunker down. Let's get behind the coats and stuff, and just figure that we're going to be here for a couple of hours until the place is clear, and then we got to get the fuck out of here. Okay. And if you start hearing gunfire, don't react, because it got to be quiet.
Really wish I'd done a pee, but all right.
Just pee in that shoe.
Yeah, you turn and you start to head towards the front door when all three of you, Leo, Chris, and Chad, you hear a buzzing. Leo, this is very similar to the buzzing that you heard the previous night. All three of you, please give me POW rolls and let me know what type of, if you have failed or what type of success you got.
75 over 55, fail.
58 over 50.
Okay.
My power is 50 and I rolled a 44.
Okay. So the three of you start hearing this buzzing sound. All three of you start hearing this buzzing sound, and it's almost like you start to feel sluggish, all of you. Things start to slow down, and you start to not only hear the buzzing with your ears, you start hearing it inside your head as well. And the buzzing starts to form words. And all three of you can hear this buzzing, kind of word language in your mind saying, "Join us. We will show you things beyond your wildest dreams. Join us."
Is anybody else hearing this?
You actually cannot speak. You're all just kind of standing there almost in a trance as this buzzing is going through your head. Chad, you're face the other way. You're faced against the door or the front door. Leo and Chris, you're faced to the back. Even though you're in this trance, you can. It's almost like you're kind of half conscious. You can still kind of comprehend some of the things that are going on. Leo and Chris, as these voices are going through your head, you can see the mayor just standing there, and you see the sheriff standing there, and then there's a shadow that's almost like something flew overhead, and the mayor, or no, sorry, not the mayor, the sheriff is gone. Pete and Justin, what are you doing? It gets very quiet where you're at.
Do you think they're gone?
I don't know. I think we have to play it safe.
You think we could get out a window, though, maybe? There were windows in the bedroom, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let me give a quick peek. So I'll very carefully open up the closet door, look around, and then quietly get up, look out the window to see if I see anything.
The closest window would be to the backyard. You look back, and at first you don't see anything, and then all of a sudden, you see this like dark shadow go across the yard as if something was flying above.
Sanity roll.
Sure.
Fail.
For that, just I would say lose 2 points, especially given that of everything that happened before.
It is the devil. I think there's.
What is it, Pete?
I'm climbing back in the closet, closing the door, and curling up and saying, "A shadow across the backyard. It was big. The bat thing. I think that Leo said that he saw, but it was big. Maybe it's the devil." Or some.
Oh, okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna open the closet, crawl out, crawl over, peek up.
You peek up, look out to the back again. You see the same thing. You see one shadow fly. You actually see one shadow fly like from the left to the right, and then you see another shadow almost simultaneously flying in the opposite direction.
I'll do a Sandy roll.
I think that's appropriate.
That's a fail as well, 78.
Okay. Then 2 points. The other three of you, you hear this voice in your head while you can't speak. You could think things if you wanted, or you could I don't know if you actually, you know what? Go ahead, everybody, give me the three of you. I'm sorry. Give me another power roll.
Even worse.
I got a hard, but I could make it an extreme pretty easily if I needed.
Get a regular.
Okay, so Leo and Chris, you kind of break out of this. You inhale very quickly, both of you. Chad is still kind of sitting there. He's just staring directly at the door, the front door. You all kind of take things in very quickly. Both of you, first off, give me sanity rolls from everything that just happened.
Failed.
You failed a D4. The buzzing, Chad, the buzzing is still in your head. It kind of keeps repeating things. It starts to talk about how it can promise you your knowledge beyond your dreams, how it can take you to other worlds. Leo and Chris, as you kind of snap out of this, again, you're seeing Chad just stare directly at the front door, unmoving. You were both faced at the back. The mayor is somehow standing right in front of both of you, just looking at you. And he looks at both of you and says, "What is your decision?"
What's the question?
Did he, because he kind of got stunned, did he drop like whatever little trinket he had?
That you were kind of looking for. You definitely would have. Even when you kind of came back to you, it was probably would have at least fallen out of your hand.
All right, I think he's just gonna pop him he's not good at it, but he just appeared in front of him. Reflex. Try and punch him.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Fighting brawl. Survey says 21, which is a hard success.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage. It would be, I think,
D3 plus nothing.
yeah, D3 plus damage bonus.
1.
If I see
It's a
this,
breeze.
I think it's pretty smart. I may grab my rock hammer and follow along.
All right, so Leo, you take a swing at the mayor. You connect right into his face. As you do, you kind of see he his head kind of swivels to the side after you've hit him, and you can see this like flap of skin start to like almost like hang off of his face. Chad, give me another power roll.
That's not good.
Okay, now that's close enough that I will spend 8 luck to pass.
Okay. You kind of break out of it. Give me that sanity roll as well. Chris, what are you doing? You see this too. You see Leo hit the mayor. You kind of see this almost like skin start to flap off where he got cut.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If it that, I mean, does it look human under there?
Yeah, it looks like burned skin actually.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I'm so freaked out now that I'm gonna go with instinct and use my hammer.
Okay.
Because that's what I do. I hit things with my hammer.
All right. Chad, you passed just to lose 1. Go ahead and roll for that, Chris.
No, 70.
Yeah, as you do that, he kind of takes a step back and just looks at both of you, smiles, and grabs the skin and starts to peel it off. As he does, the skin just starts to like slough off, and he starts, as he's doing this, he's reaching up and kind of peeling more skin, and you can see it looks like this skin is very like pocked. It's very burned, almost like he has just been covered in acid burns. I would imagine that Chad, you probably see this as well coming out of your trance, that you're looking around the room. So the 3 of you give me sanity checks. 1 if you make it, a D3 if you fail. Pete and Justin, what are you doing? Justin, you saw these 2 shadows go across the yard.
I went back to the closet.
Pete,
We're becoming better friends.
okay.
I think. Could we see anybody in the backyard other than the shadows?
No, you just see the shadows.
Yeah, we got to just stay here until.
Okay. As Justin comes back to the closet, you hear on the roof above the bedroom this large kind of bang as something lands on the top of the roof. The other 3, the mayor is just kind of smiling now, looking at all of you. What do you do?
By the way, I've lost 5 sand since this all started.
That's fine, as long as it's. Just let me know when you lost 20% of your total, or 5 in one shot.
So I have a question. So when I was hearing the buzzing, did I hear the mayor say what is your choice?
You kind of did, yeah. You weren't consciously aware of it, but you were hearing it, and thinking back, you can kind of half remember him saying that.
Okay. So at that point, looking at him in his form, I'm just getting on the ground and kind of like bowing him, being like, I'll do whatever you want, just don't hurt me.
Yeah. All right. Chris and Leo.
Leo has a little bit of the mayor probably still on his fist of just no, and he's gonna run off towards the bedroom area.
Okay. All right. He starts running down the bedroom. Chris.
I got to protect Professor Boston, so I guess I'll try another swing.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
That's a success.
What type of success?
Regular success.
Okay. So yeah, you connect. He tries to kind of move out of the way as you swing your hammer, but he's not able to. Go ahead and roll damage. For a hammer, I would think that it would be probably a D4 plus damage bonus.
I rolled a 2, and my damage bonus is none.
Okay, so you connect. It kind of hits him, right across the temple. You can see blood starts to drip down or stream down from his head, and he kind of stands up and recovers a little bit and smiles. Pete and Justin and Leo, you're so Chad, you're kind of on the ground, begging, I guess. Leo, you start heading, running down towards the hallway. You get about halfway, and Pete and Justin, you had closed the closet doors, correct?
Yeah.
You hear the three of you. You other two can kind of hear this too, but it's a little bit more faint. The three of you hear glass breaking as the window in the bedroom shatters. Almost immediately after that happens, Justin and Pete, things go completely black, like pitch black. Leo, by the time this happens and you get to the doorway to the bedroom, you can see that we'll say that the closet was on the when you walked into the bedroom, it was on the right side of the bedroom. Almost the entire right side is almost in this like globe of pitch black darkness.
I wanted to ask a question. Do you mean that we went unconscious, or that it just went black?
You are absolutely conscious. You can still hear things. You can still feel things. It's just black. It's almost like you went completely blind. What?
Yeah.
What are the three of you doing?
I'm feeling around for anything that could be used as a weapon.
Give me a look roll.
Shoes.
That is a 35 out of 70.
Okay. You'll find the equivalent of like a club, like a pole or something that was there. It was probably like a pole that had was supposed to be used as to hang things on, but it had fallen off or some extra thing back there. So you do get something like that. It feels like a metal pole.
Thing is just gripped to my chest.
Okay.
Don't make any noise.
All right. Leo, what are you doing?
Leo is slamming the door behind him and trying to lock it frantically because he does not want to be on that side with the mayor. But
okay, so you're going into the bedroom.
Yeah, he's going into the bedroom and locking it.
Okay, so you go into the bedroom, you lock the door. Pete and Justin, you can hear the door slam. Leo, you're able to very easily lock this. As you do, so you've locked it. What are you going to do next?
He's freaked out because he did not think there would be a globe of darkness in there. And he's really just stunned, kind of back to the door, bracing it.
Okay, so you're you're back to the door. As you kind of you've locked the door, you've kind of slammed yourself to the back. Emerging from this globe of darkness, you see first off this one hooven claw-like arm or leg kind of reach through and land on the carpet, and then another one reaches through and lands on the carpet. And as this creature, whatever it is, moves forward, you first see this glowing head emerge, glowing in multiple colors, and it takes another step forward, moving on. Its claws almost look like it's hunched over and looks directly at you. First, give me a sanity check. Justin and Pete, you can hear this movement.
I think we're just holding on and grabbing and not.
Okay. Leo,
our only hope is to make no noise.
No, he did not make it.
Then a D6 sanity
All right,
as you see this thing emerge from this globe of darkness.
I keep failing these, but not to a terrible degree, although I believe I am now under a 5th.
Okay.
I did not start particularly high.
Okay. Then that was
temporary.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember now. I don't think you make the intelligence check if you go under 20%.
No.
Right.
He's going to have something he has to see a psychologist about.
So go ahead and give me a D10 roll.
All right. 5.
Okay, so you perfect. So you see this thing start to emerge from this globe of darkness, and you let out this scream. Pete, Justin, Chad, Chris, you all hear Leo scream out. Pete and Justin, you can just hear it. You're still kind of in this globe. Leo, this is the devil who has come to get you. That is what is going through your mind. You see these like cloven hooves, almost goat-like hooves, kind of moving as this thing starts to slowly come out of the darkness. If this is not a devil, this is a demon that the devil has sent for you. Chris and Chad. Chad, you're still kind of on the ground. Chris, you've hit the mayor. The mayor has kind of stood up. He's smiling. This blood is trickling off of his head. And what are you going to do? Either of you.
Honestly, after hearing the scream, I think that's enough to jump up and bolt for the door.
Which door?
Front door. Front door.
Okay.
I'm still defending Diana, so even though it doesn't appear to be working very well, I'm going to try to smack him again.
All right, go ahead.
That's a hard success.
All right, go ahead and roll for damage again. You hit him again. This time a little bit harder, just knocking him, right across the face once more.
3 points.
All right, you knock him back. He is obviously hurt. There's more blood. With that, as you knock him back, he just kind of smiles and just turns around and starts running out the back door.
I scared him off, guys. I scared him off.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, you're running for the front door. Pete and Justin, what are you doing? At this, go on. I'm sorry.
Same thing.
All right, so you're both standing there, in the closet. At this point, the darkness disappears. You can see everything again.
Do we hear Chris yelling, I scared him off?
Oh, yeah, you definitely hear that. You also hear Leo, panting, kind of not necessarily screaming, but he's still there's something going on. You can go on.
Is there an appropriate roll I can make to see if I misinterpret that he's run off means that whatever was just right here is run off?
Intelligence?
Yeah, go ahead. I think
I'm going to roll intelligence. I got a lot in that, so. But a lot doesn't stop at 91, so.
Does not. So you hear that, and you take that to mean that
coast is clear.
Yeah, the coast is clear.
Open that closet door.
You open that closet door, and both of you see this thing in full view. Both of you give me sanity checks. Leo, once that darkness disappeared, you see the full size of this this creature. It is a good, 6 feet long. It's kind of hunched on all fours. It has this glowing, almost fungal-like head and 2 wings against it. Pete and Justin, if you made it, lose 1. If you missed, lose a D6.
It's a 97.
Ooh.
I passed.
Okay.
And that's a 6.
All right. So give me that intelligence check.
All right. Well, I believe that's a 5th. I had 50. I'm down to 37 now.
That's fine. We'll just do the intelligence check one.
Okay, I did pass that, which is not great.
Right, which is what you don't want to do. So you do recognize that whatever is standing in front of you is not of this earth. It should not exist. Go ahead and give me a D10 roll.
7.
7. Okay, you want to get out of that room as fast as you can. So for the next, we'll say 4 rounds, you are going to be somehow trying to get out of that room.
I see that window and I just throw whatever I have in my hand at it to try to break it.
Oh, the window is so the window.
Smashed.
Yeah,
No, it's smashed. That's right. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, that's where it came in through. That's right.
Okay.
I'm going out that window.
Okay. Pete and Leo, what are you doing?
Where is Leo?
Leo, you can see, is kind of like parallel to you. So he's going to be at the door, which is kind of to your left. You can't really see. Well, I mean, yeah, I'll say that you can see where he's at. So he's kind of his back against the door.
Yeah, he's kind of like doing that sob scream kind of heaving thing as he's turning around and unlocking the door because he's between horrible devil and face melty guy. Face melty guy's the least bad.
Okay. Door's closed. Leo's trying to open it. Justin went out the window. I am terrified. And I think it's looking at them at this point. So I'm going to reach up and I'm going to pull the coats off the coat hangers and try to bury myself on the bottom of the closet in coats so that it doesn't notice me.
All right. Give me a hide roll for that. And then, so Justin's trying to go out. Pete's trying to hide. Leo, what are you doing?
Leo is getting out that door and just running out into the main room.
Okay.
I got an 08 on my stealth.
All right, perfect. So you pull all these.
And I'll spend 4 points to make it an extreme.
Yeah, so you pull all these things down. You kind of like push yourself into the back too. It like goes back a little bit into the cave,
right.
The closet. So you're pretty well hidden. Leo, give me an idea roll.
How would 100? 100 is good, right?
You go to open the door. It's not opening. You can't figure out why it's not opening. So Justin, you're kind of trying to go out the window. Let me see here. So as you start heading towards the window, you pass this thing, and it tries to take one of its like claws, these hooven crab like claws, and slice at you. So you can either fight back, dodge. What would you like to do?
I'm just running for the window, so I feel like it's just an instinctive like dodge to duck out of the way.
Okay.
But that's nowhere near a success.
All right. So it misses the first time it does it. So go ahead if you want to dodge again. Okay. Two of his claws go right at you.
I rolled exactly the same 72.
All right. So unfortunately, the second time the crab-like claw goes into your arm. It doesn't hold on to it, but you have a really good slice on your arm, and you take 3 points of damage. Chris, you see the mayor start to run out. You hear this scream of pain from Justin. What are you doing? Chad has
in the hall. I mean, Leo screamed. I got to see what's going on down there.
Okay,
I've got my rock hammer. I'm like, I did it. I can save these guys.
Okay, you start heading towards the bedroom door. It'll take you around to get there. Chad, you run out to the out the front. There are two cars sitting there. There's the sheriff's car and there's the mayor's car.
Does the sheriff's car, is it still blinking and running?
Give me a luck roll.
Not a good time to have 32 luck. 44, so that's a fail.
No, it is not running, but lucky for you, as you step out, you look, you even take a step towards the sheriff's car, thinking, maybe it's running, maybe the keys are in there or something. And there is this explosion on the hood of the sheriff's car and the window as something has fallen and just crushed the front. It takes you a second to realize what you're looking at, but the sheriff's body has been dropped from somewhere onto the car. Go ahead and give me a sanity check for seeing that.
26. Once again, the pattern of sandy rolls doing good, but nothing else.
Okay. So you don't lose any. The sheriff is obviously dead. It looks like if you had to guess, he was dropped from a great height and then hit this. Pete, you're hidden. Are you staying hidden? Okay. Pete staying hidden. Justin, this thing has hit you, but you've kind of made it to the window now. What are you diving out the window?
I'm just flopping out of it, just leaning back against and just flinging myself out.
Okay, you fling yourself out the window. As you do, you see a shadow kind of fly overhead, crash through the back veranda onto the back porch, and you see another one of those creatures walk into the not walk is the wrong word. It's almost scuttling into the living room. Leo, what are you doing? You hear Chris has made on the other side of the door. That thing is still in there. You just saw it attack Justin.
Yeah, he's got to just turn his eyes from that. He can't look at it, and he's just fumbling with the lock, trying to get it open.
Okay, give me a dexterity check. Well, your hands are shaking. A lot has happened. Your head is still kind of messed up.
16 under 55.
Okay, so
hard.
It takes a little bit to get that open, but you finally somehow trigger the lock. You pull open the door. Chris, you're standing right there. Give me a sanity check because you look and you see this creature in there as well.
I got an odd 4.
Oh, nice. So just lose 1. If somehow this thing has not affecting you as much as you thought it would.
I already chased off one scary monster with my rock hammer. 2. Right. Here we go.
So you see this Leo as kind of Chris opens the door. He sees this creature. You're looking down the hallway. You can see another one of these creatures kind of scuttle in, grab Diana, and then go back out. Chris, what are you doing? You don't see this. Your back is to it. Although you can see the look of horror on. Well, I mean, you see the look of horror on Leo's face as he sees something.
Yeah, because there's scary things here. Yeah, no,
right.
I'm going after it. No, I'm going to try to get Leo to. Let's get out of here, man.
I mean, you don't even have to tell him. He's trying to get past you out the front door. Yeah.
So you guys start running down the hallway. Let's see here, Justin. What are you doing? Oh, you're still running. So you made it to just out the window. Where are you going to go from there?
I'm just running as far away. Like probably as soon as I hit the ground, I'm running in the direction I'm looking. So if that's towards the jungle, that's where I'm going. If it's towards the front of the house, that's where I'm going.
It's probably towards the jungle through the backyard.
Into the jungle.
So Pete, all this commotion is going on. What are you doing?
I'm laying on the floor. I've got piles of coats on top of me, and I'm trying to control my breath so that I don't make any noise. My every instinct tells me not to do anything. I'm the mouse under the stump, and hopefully the cat will just go away and I'll sneak out later.
Okay.
I know that everybody's probably getting slaughtered, and my only hope is to hide.
so give me another stealth roll, but I'll let you do it with a bonus die, because you hid yourself so well, just to see if you're able to kind of keep your panic in check.
This time not so well. 54 out of 20, but I could spend 35 luck or something like that.
Or you could push it. If you push it, I'll let you still keep the bonus die. But if you fail, you'll definitely do something to.
Okay, I'll push it.
Okay,
I'll push it. 65 and 77. Fail.
So
I just want that thing.
You're trying to keep yourself in check, and you just have this like involuntary movement where where you're just trying to adjust, and you think that will hide you better. But as you do, like some of the coats or whatever you piled on you just kind of fall off, and you can kind of, as it falls off, you can kind of see this that creature in the room, and if it had eyes, it would be looking right at you. See here, Chad. What are you doing? This has just kind of fallen in front of you. The sheriff's mangled corpse. The car might be drivable.
Okay, I see that. I think there's a giant bat about to swoop down and get me, so I'm just diving for the jungle, not wasting any time to like take in my surroundings or anything. Just like, oh shit, need to get out of here.
Okay,
and I'm just diving for the brush.
All right, so you dive for the brush. The creature in the house, Pete, you see it. It looks at you, but then it darts forward, starting to go down the hallway. Leo, it is going. You both are running, but you can hear this thing coming up right behind you. I'll let you have the option. Would you like to fight back? Would you like to dodge? Do something else?
I mean, he's gonna dodge.
Yeah, I'm going to dodge too. I'm trying to get to the car.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
17 under 27.
All right.
I rolled a 31. My dodge is 25. I'm going to spend 6 luck.
Okay. So you're both going down the hallway. The hallway is just barely wide enough for the both of you to be kind of side by side. As you're moving, you're not really side by side. Like one of you is a little bit ahead of the other. You can hear this thing barreling down the hallway behind you, and you feel the rush of air, both of you do, as one of its claws go swiping right behind you, just barely missing you. Chris, you can even feel your shirt just kind of get torn from this thing as it tried to grab you. Justin, you're running out in the yard. You get about 3/4 of the way towards the jungle when you start to come back. Go ahead and give me an idea roll, though.
Okay. That is a 50, which is a pass.
Okay, so you start to slow down as you kind of get part of the way back. Take a look back, and you can see the one creature exit the house with Diana kind of held in one of its claws. It runs forward. The mare is still there. It grabs the mare with the other claw and just starts flying into the air. You can tell the general direction of where it was flying to. What is the cave? Chad, I'm sorry. You said, what did you say that you were doing?
I was going to the nearest jungle line.
That's right. You're jumping into the jungle. Okay. You kind of start running. You're gonna kind of cross the driveway to do so, and you jump in the jungle. Pete, you're exposed now. What are you doing?
So I was in the closet. I got exposed. The thing saw me, but The others ran down the hall, and then it chased after them.
Yes.
I am going to take the opportunity to pull my uploaded file card from the computer. I'm not doing this casually. I'm doing it at terrified speed. I'm going to grab that stupid cube because I think it might be important.
Okay.
And I'm going to go out the window too.
Okay.
But I'm going to go around the house and run towards the town along the road.
Okay.
Trying to stay close to the jungle so that if I see anything, I can jump into the bushes. But
Okay. All right. So you start heading around the house. Chad, you're kind of going there. Leo and Chris, you've made it to the living room now.
Is the front door open?
The front door is open. The back porch door is open. You can, and by the time you make it to the living room, looking out the back porch, you can see that other creature that had grabbed both Diana and the mayor, taking off and starting to go into the air.
Dr. Boston! Here, get to the cars, man. We gotta get out of here.
Screw that. I'm getting out of here. Yeah, just front door out. Go.
All right. So you start going to the front door. You can see as you turn, you can see the sheriff's body, a mangled corpse lying on top of his SUV. At this point, the creature kind of barrels into the living room where you're at, and it goes after Chris. So it's going to swipe at you once.
Can I dodge?
You can, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Yes, that's a regular success.
Okay, it goes to swipe at you, misses, but then it kind of jumps forward and tries to grab you. Again, you can kind of dodge if you'd like.
Definitely going to try. My shirt, by the way, has come all the way off now, and Chris is a rock jock, so he's rocking it. 93 dodge. That's a big failure.
Yeah, so he the creature
taking your shirt off.
It first swiped at you. It was not able to connect, but then it lashes out at this speed you weren't expecting with its kind of claw-like hand, grabs your arm, and then starts to pull you towards the back door. Justin, you've made it. You're seeing this. You started to slow down. What would you like to do?
So I've got a gash in my arm, a morbid curiosity to find out what the fuck's going on, and a desire to get a Pulitzer in photography. So I'm following that shit that flew off towards the cave.
Okay. Pete, you've made it to the front of the house by this point.
All right. So I'm going to look to see if the coast is clear, and I'm going to bolt for the road going back. Now, I note that halfway back is the path going to the cave.
Correct.
And as I'm running in that direction, I'm thinking, should I get the Nikon? Should I get the camera that we left back there? And I'm not thinking that casually. I'm terrified, but I'm thinking.
All right. So it's going to take you a little bit to, full on, you're heading down. Leo, you're in the front. You see this thing grab Chris.
He has nothing he can do with that. He's going for the sheriff's body because he's thinking the sheriff probably had a gun.
He does. He has a pistol.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the pistol.
All right, so it's going to take you, this round to move the sheriff around to grab the pistol. Chad, you've made it to the jungle at this point. You can even see Chad like diving into the jungle. You're in the jungle. What are you doing? Are you just going to keep running?
I want to get as deep as I can, as quickly as I can.
Okay, so you start, basically running into the jungle. Chris, This thing is barreling through the house, dragging you along with it. It has made it to kind of like the back door. What would you like to do?
I want to break free any way I can. I mean, if I still have my rock hammer, I'm going to try to smack it with wherever it's grabbing me, but I'm going to try to break free.
Okay, go ahead and roll strength.
I got a 25. My strength is 65.
That beats me, who rolled a 100. So you, as it's going through the back door, the back porch door, it slams into the glass door, kind of shattering glass everywhere. The metal of the of the door bends inside, but it loses its grip on you and kind of falls. You tumble to the ground as this happens. It does not stop moving forward. It takes another step or two forward, looks back at you, and again, if this thing had eyes, it would be boring right into where you're at, looking right at you, and then jumps into the air, flying off again, heading in the same general direction as the cave. As you're kind of sitting there, you see Justin at this point running through the yard, running in that direction. Pete, you're making it down the driveway. You're about halfway down. Leo, you by this point you've got the sheriff's pistol. Chad, you're running through the jungle in some random direction. Chad, give me a. Do you have a natural history? Isn't the right one? Do you have tracking?
No, I have ride, but not track.
Give me an intelligence check, but with a penalty die.
It was either a 44 or a 54, but I have a 70.
So you kind of have a general idea of where you're at. You're not completely lost, so you know kind of where you're at. I'll even say in about a turn or two, you're going to stumble into the main road.
If I've made it like deep in that I feel like I'm pretty like well hidden potentially. Okay, I'm not going to keep going, especially since I know where I am. I'm just going to hunker down.
Okay, all right, perfect. So you start hunkering down. Leo, you've pulled the gun. Chris is lying on. You glance back. Chris is lying on the ground. In kind of like
I stared it away, man.
Chris, we got to go, man. Come on.
Let's get in one of those cars. Let's go.
That's a
I'm
great
idea. I'm going to grab
idea.
a bottle of tequila on the way.
Okay, I don't think we have time for that. I guess looking at these cars, the sheriff's one doesn't look drivable, right?
Potentially. I mean, technically, yes, you could drive it. It's not going to be easy.
Let's check and see if the mayor left his keys in the car. Sometimes, like under up above the sunscreen there.
Yeah, I'm
going to try to open his car.
Go for it.
See if the keys are in there.
Okay. Give me a luck roll.
19. My luck is currently 57.
Then yeah, you find the keys.
Let's go, man.
Yeah, getting in that car as fast as humanly possible.
Okay.
Trying to figure out how guns work.
You jump into the car. Chad, you can hear the car turning on from where you're at. You had a good enough roll that I'll say that you.
Thing is what's going through my mind is even if I jump out there calling to them, I don't think they'd stop, as well as I think it's bad to be out in the open when there's giant bats flying around.
Okay.
I haven't seen one of these things. I just think there's bats flying around, and I am not exposing myself. Nope.
Okay. All right. So Chris and Leo, you're in the car. Where are you heading to?
I passed the tequila to Leo, and then I started heading towards town. I don't know where else to go.
Okay, so it's going to take you a little while to get there. As you're going, you do see Pete running along the road. By the time they pass you, Pete, you're at the entrance to the path. Justin, we'll take care of you in a second.
If we see him, like, stop.
Oh, just keep
And you-
going. Chris, what are you doing? Just keep going.
Pete, man, Pete.
God damn it. Fine.
If they stop, and I haven't reached that yet, then I would probably go with them. But if they keep going, fine.
I
I'm
definitely stop. I'm a
Yeah, so
saver.
they stop right up as you get to the path.
all right. So I come up, I run up to them, and I stick my head through the window, and I'm like, Justin and I have been in a worse situation than this. And he whispered in my ear, he's like, we need to get rich or die. I need that camera footage from the cave.
I'm getting out of here, man.
And I'm
we're
just-
going.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
gonna turn around and run down the path into the jungle towards the cave.
Okay.
See, I told you we should have stopped.
Pete's running down. Leo and Chris, he runs away. Are you going to the village, or are you just gonna keep going until you
Just drive, Chris. Just drive, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to drive to like the road that the bus came in on that went to the
Okay.
village. I'm not going to stop in the village. I'm getting out of here.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll take care of you guys in a second. Chad, it has gone quiet.
Okay. I'm gonna go to like the edge of the brush and like check the skies and see if there's any bats flying around.
You don't see any.
Okay. I'm going to keeping like still in the brush, like going down the side of the road towards the town, but I'm like always like, there's always still a part of me that's hunkered down. I'm moving very slowly as a result.
Okay. And which direction are you going?
Towards town. I mean, I can just follow the path along the edge, right?
Yeah. All right. So it's it's very
it's gonna
slow
take
going.
forever.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Justin, you've kind of made it to the edge of the jungle. As all this is going on, or even before all this is going on, your goal is to make it towards head towards the cave.
Yeah, wherever direction they were, I'm propelled by my crumbling sanity and my desire to, cement my legacy with some sort of fantastic shot, possibly of an alien. I've gone that direction.
You know what? Give me a luck roll.
Okay. I haven't spent any of that, so I'm pretty good in that. That is an 06 on a 70.
Okay. Just to make this a little easier, you start stumbling through the jungle. Somehow you have experience, making your way through the jungle with the different photographic areas that are shoots that you've done in kind of exotic places. So you're not unfamiliar with something like this. You start heading towards the jungle, and by the time you stumble out of the jungle onto the path, just as Pete reaches the front of the cave. So you like freak the crap out of Pete as Pete, you hear this like something coming through the woods, and then all of a sudden Justin bursts out. He's covered in scratches, kind of probably bleeding from multiple places, but he's there.
Pete,
God, Justin,
right after I've got a picture of Pete, like,
dude, we're of like mind. I always knew we got to get that fucking camera.
aliens.
Yeah,
It got me.
we'll get you patched up.
I don't care about that.
Both of you give me spot hidden rolls.
Hopefully, there's not stomach bursters or anything like that.
That is an 01.
And I looked down and saw and I thought, I got an O something, and it's an O.
3 times in one game. All right, so Pete, you are just completely oblivious. You're looking around trying to find the camera. Justin, you as this is going on, you notice a couple things. First off, you notice the stream has actually shifted direction, shifted flow. It is no longer flowing out of the cave. It's actually flowing in. And you kind of, your eyes follow it as it's going into the stream, or as it's going into the cave. And you can actually see, looking into the cave, that some of these like snotites and, the slime, the phlegm ball mats, it almost looks like they're actually moving inside the cave deeper into the cave itself. As this happens, both of you hear this like rush of air and this almost like explosion sound from inside of the cave.
Oh,
Did we find it? Did you find it? We gotta run.
we're close, Pete. Till the end, right?
I wouldn't want to be with anybody else.
Let's get in there. Get this shot. Get out.
Oh no, I think we should go. We've got enough shots.
Oh. I mean, my sanity's getting low. So I call Pete a coward and I go into the cave.
There's still equipment there outside the cave. You guys left the equipment there. So
I'm going to grab the Hanselblad.
I've got one camera. It's a real shitty one. And I go into the cave.
Pete, what are you doing? I'm sorry.
I'm collecting all of the equipment that we left because that's a $14,000 camera.
Okay. And then you're going to head back. You just going to get out of there.
Justin, come on.
I thought you were committed, and I take a picture. Now I have a picture of a loser, and I step into the cave.
Oh shit! Now I'm gonna have to go in.
Okay. You both kind of suit up. You go into the cave. Tell me where you're planning on going.
Well, he's leading the way, so
I think I'm going to that wall. That's I think I'm backtracking towards that wall.
Backtracking the way that you knew how to get to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of go the same way that you went before. You're familiar with this way.
But the water's going in, right?
The water is going in now, and
so is it clear?
No, it is not clear. It is what you see happening is the slime seems to be moving on its own, getting into the stream, and then the stream is has almost become this like stream of this acidic white slime moving deeper into the cavern. You start moving yourself through the caves. You get to the room where, if you recall, it was kind of in the corner of the cave where it kind of bent down and headed south, where it was more acidic than before. You get into there and you can see that the walls almost seem to be shaking and shimmering as the slime is like falling off in sloughs and moving along the floors, getting into the stream. Eventually, you get to the room with the wall. The wall. Thank you. The wall is no longer there. It looks like something happened to it, where the wall itself is like shattered into 1,000 pieces. Where the wall was, you see this very bright white room. And we'll say right now you're kind of standing in the center of the room where the wall was before, looking into this area. You can see this very bright white room in there. Looks very almost surgical, almost I can't think of the right word for it right now, but it's very white. It's almost
sterile.
Sterile. Thank you. It's a hexagonal type room. There doesn't seem to be anything in it, although you do see what looks like 2 doors leading out of it if you were to go into it.
Are there pieces of the shattered wall?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pick up one that doesn't look incredibly sharp, and I remember the substance was harder than diamond. I'm going to pocket that.
Okay.
Because this is alien tech right here. That
I'm just pictures the whole way.
Well, use the fucking real camera, not the stupid baby camera. Here's a Hanselblad.
I'll take it, and now I'm taking better pictures.
Put the strap over your Jesus Christ.
God damn it! All right. I mean, I'm going to that
I'm
room.
looking around to see if anything's coming.
You look around, you can see the looking out into the cave itself, you see the slime kind of following the stream towards the room kind of to the south of you where the lake pond, whatever, is. None of that is in there. You step into the room, the first room. You can, like I said, it's very white, it's very sterile. It's almost like a hexagonal shape, and you see what you would kind of consider two doors. One kind of, we'll say one leading to the north and one leading to the east. Both are closed. They're next to each of them is a panel, like this, like whitish panel.
Ready to try? You have the camera. I'll touch
right.
the panels.
Yeah, I'll get pictures as you're going.
Which one? East.
All right. You open the door. The door slides open. Inside the next room, you can see two tables. Two what look like almost the best thing that you can compare them to would be medical, like surgical tables. Lying on both of them, lying very still, are Diana on one and the mayor on the other. Both of you give me tell me what you're going to do. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll go over and check and see for a pulse.
Okay.
I'm just kind of right behind. I'm just pictures, just almost nonstop.
Pete, give me a medicine or a biology roll, whichever one is higher.
Biology. I don't have either one. So I got a 13, but I don't have either one of those.
Okay. There's still a base. So, I'm sorry, you said you rolled 13?
Yeah.
I think that's probably good enough.
My opinion, though, is, at this point, we're going to be rich beyond our wildest dreams if we can get out of here. Screw these people.
But you did say you were going to go check them.
Yeah, I checked to see if they're still alive.
You check for a pulse. Neither has a pulse. You also notice that along their forehead, probably like right around, is a very thin red line.
Jeez. Are their skulls, are the tops of their heads still there, though?
Yes.
Some real alien shit, Pete.
I'm gonna touch the top of one of their heads.
Who? Which one?
Diana.
All right, so you kind of poke her head, and where you do that, the top of the skull kind of falls off. Her brain is missing. Both of you give me sanity.
I had an 07 on sanity.
Oh, nice.
I knew that was going to happen. I
got a 46, which is a fail.
So Pete, just lose one. Justin, lose a D4. There are no other rooms out of here. As you are both in here, I'm sorry, there's no other doors out of here, I should say. As you are both in here, you can hear almost like the rushing of the stream, even from where you're at, has picked up. You can even start feeling almost like this breeze from it as the acidic air kind of intensifies, and you can hear this sound coming from somewhere in the cave. You can't quite figure out where it's coming from, but almost like this murmuring, echoing. From where you're at.
Quick, we got to go quickly look in the other room and take some photos, and then we got to get the fuck out of here.
Okay. I mean, okay.
I think the ship is getting ready to leave.
To the other door.
So you go to the other door.
Yeah.
You open it up. At first, you press on the panel, nothing happens. And then you press on it again, and it slowly starts to open, almost like something's wrong with it, that like it's broken. And you look inside the room where that it opens up to, and it looks like at some point this may have been like a lab or something like that. There's a very large rectangle pool in the center. There's little bits of the slime all over the place, but the pool is empty. You also see in the corner of the room one of those creatures that you saw before, kind of half melted.
Oh,
Okay, take some photos.
yeah. Gross.
Let's go.
How are you leaving? Which way are you going?
Well,
What I
we'll assess the situation. So we're going back to the shattered wall,
Okay.
but we're on the white side of it. We'll see what's going on out there.
I mean, do we need to, Pete? Do we need to? You remember that shit floating in the middle of that pool?
Yeah, we just got to see what the situation's like.
Just
Okay.
just a quick head poke in.
If
All
we
right.
can, if there's not a wall of goo.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So you start heading towards there. Leo and Chris, you have gotten to the town by this point. You're speeding through. As you get to the town, there is nobody around. It looks like the town is completely deserted.
Bunch of smart people. That's what
Yeah.
we're doing too.
Yeah, go. Yeah, you can go a little bit faster, I think.
Hey,
He's
does
just
does
bopping
does the
through the
hotel
rain.
have Wi-Fi? If it does, let's get a map so we can get out of here.
It did not have Wi-Fi.
Oh man, let's get out of here. Yeah,
Just try
we'll just
follow
do
the
our
road.
best following
We'll
the
figure it
bus
out.
route out. Yeah,
Okay,
You have a gun.
which one of you has the lowest luck?
I probably
I have 57.
I have 39.
Okay, give me a luck roll for Leo.
How's an 88 strike? Yeah.
Okay. We'll come back to you, Chad. You're slowly making your way through the forest. You're like you said, you're going along the trail. You're going along the not the trail, sorry, the side of the road, kind of keeping yourself kind of half hidden, right? As you're going. All right. You get to where the path is, the path that goes to the cave. You've made it to that point. It's taking you about a half an hour to get there. Are you going to continue on to the
Or stick to the town. That
the
cave
town?
is death. That's the
Okay, so
I don't want anything to do with that.
All right, so you cross the path to the cave. Start making your way down the road. Pete and Justin, you head south towards that room where the water is. Again, the water and the slime is all kind of going into that room, going into that direction, and it's kind of congealing itself into that room. The mass, that ball that was there is at least 4 times the size of the of where it was, the size that you saw it the day before, and you're seeing more of those eyes and more of the like mouths open up. As you're in there, you also hear that every time one of these mouths open up, it lets out this like sound, and it's very difficult to hear at first because it's kind of like echoing off the walls. It's echoing off everywhere, and plus you've got that that gear on, so that's definitely not helping you. But you can almost hear this echoing of tekali every time one of these things opens it up or opens its mouth. You're standing there taking the pictures and as the slime goes up, Justin, you're taking a picture. Pete, what are you doing? Are you taking pictures too?
I am protecting Justin. If he tries to step too far, I'm going to grab a hold of him and pull him back.
Okay. And where are you in relation to this?
Next to,
Are you
I don't want him to
standing
get
at the
too-
edge of the water? Or are you standing back?
not
Are you
too close, at least 3 feet back from it.
Because of Pete, Justin is just walking forward.
If we
Pete
don't
stops,
survive,
he's
all
dying,
of this is, if we don't survive, all of this is for nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Justin, as you're taking pictures, you take like one snapshot, and you know how when you take a snapshot, it closes and then, for that split second, then opens back up. You take one snapshot, and you see this like ball floating, all these things going on. You're getting these really great shots. It closes, then it opens back up, and you see this thing starting to surge forward. Pete, you see this as well as it starts to move forward slowly at first, and as it moves, all the water just kind of sloshes up, even though you're 3 feet back, covers your boots as it starts to move forward. Both of you give me. Actually, tell me what are you doing as this is happening? I should say.
Well, I'm grabbing Justin, and I'm like, we got to go now.
Yeah, I'm turning and trying to run.
And I'm going to assess which direction seems to be the best direction to run. Hopefully, it's not deeper into the cave, but
you can really go 2 directions. You can go back the way you came, which would be to the north, or you can go to the east, which is a way that you have not gone yet.
Right. But we know now that the water is coming from the outside and going into both of them. So
yes,
they both ultimately lead out. Which way looks like there's less goop from this point of view?
To the east, definitely.
Okay. Well, I'll grab him and I'll just start pulling him towards the east.
Okay.
We got to go. We got this shit all over our feet.
All right. So you start heading to as this thing is kind of that sound is becoming louder and louder as you are going. You start stumbling through the cave out. Both of you give me strength checks. I don't even know how to do this.
Got a hard.
I got a regular. 33 out of 50.
Okay. Both of you, as you're going through, you can hear the slime and the water just sloshing behind you as you're moving through the cave. You get through about halfway through the room, the next room, as this thing just kind of starts to overwhelm you. It's starting to nip at your heels. You can feel the acid from this just starting to eat away at your boots, at your pants. Pete, you never put pants back on, so you're starting to get burned. And as you both get kind of about halfway through that room, this creature, this mammoth slime, just overwhelms both of you, engulfing both of you. And
I want to throw my camera.
You throw your camera.
I tried pulling this thing out for some strange reason.
you pull it out, and but the thing just completely overwhelms you. You can both feel yourself being pulled apart, as well as being dissolved by almost this pure sulfuric acid, and these maws opening up and engulfing you. Justin, your camera goes flying. Eventually it does get engulfed. As if you were standing here, or if somebody were here afterwards, the only thing that they would see on the ground was that cube just lying there. Chad, give me a luck roll.
All right. Oh my God. I got a 27 under 32.
All right. So you are crawling along the side of the road when all of a sudden you hear first off, you smell just an immense amount of that sulfuric acid from the same smell that you smelled from the cave, but you're far away from it. It doesn't make sense why you would be there. And then all of a sudden you hear this rumbling through the jungle, and you can see off in the jungle the birds flying off into the air.
I'm running. I'm getting out on the road.
You get onto the road and start running. As you start running down the road, you look back and you see this burst out from the jungle. This large amorphous blob go through the jungle and on the other side of the road. Give me one last sanity check.
All right. Come on now. That is a 16.
All right, take a d6 insanity as you see this just immense amorphous blob dissolving things as it moves across into the jungle.
I lost 3.
All right. You continue on running into the town. Eventually, you make it to the town. At first, nobody is around, and then slowly you see people start to emerge from their houses. As you get into the town, you make it to the hotel, and you can see almost everybody seems to be following you along. They all have that same blank look that the mayor had on his face. You make it to the hotel. Last thing, what are you doing?
If everyone's giving me that look, I'm just gonna run for the road, follow the car tracks.
You start running for the road when that buzzing appears in your head again, and you hear you get asked that question once more: will you join us?
No.
All right, you continue on running down. Leo and Chris, you continue down going. You get lost on the back trails, the back roads. You eventually the car runs out of gas. After it runs out of gas, turns into night. And then, neither of you decide that it's a good idea to go trekking through the jungle at night. So you wait, and the next morning, another sheriff's car pulls up. They had been tracking the sheriff's car. It had like a GPS tracker in it. They take you back to town, back to one of the main cities, and start questioning you, trying to, at first they're not telling you why they're questioning you. They just keep asking you about the people you were with, what had happened, where is the sheriff, or where's Sheriff Garza, things like that. What are you telling them? Just quickly.
I mean, the truth.
The mayor went crazy.
Yeah,
the mayor went crazy, man. He flipped out, and we just ran out of there as quick as we could.
So
the devil is real.
He did. He turned into a devil. He was crazy.
You're telling them this, and the people who are interrogating you, it's a mix of Mexican and U.S. authorities. They're obviously not believing you, and they finally break down and tell you that both Pete and Justin are missing. Nobody can find them. The mayor is missing. Diana is missing. The only ones who seem to be around are both of you. And when you ask about Chad, you find out that Chad's body was found hanging from a tree, as if something had picked him up and dropped him from a large distance in the air. And that's where we'll end this.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Wow.
So what was going on?
Oh, yeah, I should probably tell you that. Okay, so the cave, it was so the acid in the cave was basically an acid shoggoth that millennia ago the Elder Things had, where they were experimenting with shoggoths for whatever reason. They made an acid shoggoth and decided that it wasn't a good idea, and so they did whatever to basically cause it to not combine. or almost like be dissolved. But the remnants were the slime within the cave, and that's why when I think Leo, you were the one who was doing the analysis. You were finding, that it was composed of whatever that had never been seen before. Fast forward, a couple thousand years to present day or close to present day, the Migo find this cave. And because they're trying to understand it, or for whatever reason, the reasoning is irrelevant, they start to try to combine this back together. And so what you had run into was their lab, where they were running experiments to try to pull it back together to recreate it, and they were slowly becoming more successful. Well, in order to create or keep people away, they had started to recruit the town and recruit the mayor. The mayor was kind of like the leader of the cult, as it were. And so basically you going into the cave kind of triggered all of this, where he was trying to keep you. The mayor was actually trying to keep you out of it, although he was basically letting you go in and hoping that you would start to just kind of come to the conclusion yourselves that there was nothing to do. He had actually sabotaged Diana's rebreather. The first night, there were a couple spot hidden rules that you failed, which would have kind of given you clues to this, or found clues that it was him. When you went to his house, that glowing cube thing was basically a way to signal to the Migo that he needed assistance, or it was a way for him to communicate to the Migo, but it was basically a signature to him. It was tied to him, so that if anybody else touched it, it kind of signaled out. So when Justin picked it up, when it went off, lighting, that's what happened. What questions do you have? I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place.
What was down the path in the mayor's backyard?
If you had gone there, you would have that would have eventually led to the cave, and it would have led to a kind of like secret entrance, which would have led directly into the lab itself. However, you also would have found like a set of circular stones that he would often go to in order to communicate to the Migo.
What was in the locked door in his? The locked door. If you had gone down there, that's where he was hiding all of the bodies of the tourists that he was killing. If you recall, he had kind of glanced down there, almost frightened. He had started to go crazy, and he was hallucinating that the bodies were still alive, that they were moving around. We just kind of didn't get into that aspect of it. That's when, if you would have searched around some more, you would have found more evidence along those lines. And then, but that's when the Migo started to show up.
Cool. It was really good. Thank you very much, Tyler.
Good. I'm glad you all enjoyed it.
It was a ton of fun.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Our players included Sham Sabin, Steve Anderson, Kent Blue, Nathan Decker, and myself, with Tyler Hudak as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure in the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.